Did you see that?
Yeah, there's a lot you can do as a coach in the game. There's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of substitutions. There's a lot of what defense are we going to play. But to be quite honest, the players have to control their energy level, how hard they're going to play, and how they're going to respond in tough situations. When it's game day, that is kind of the minute the ball is tipped, those things the players have to take care of. And so I thought I was coaching effort and I was coaching responses and coaching emotional, that was a good response. That was too much. And I had a blast yesterday coaching a team that was playing tough, playing hard, communicating, doing all the stuff so that I got to stay in my bubble of what strategy do we need to do.
In terms of now moving forward to Thursday.
Yeah.
How do you want them to carry that forward? And do you think the lesson took from Louisville to FSU to now carry?
Well, yeah, we're a great team. And one of the things I told them in the locker room before the game is, there's great teams in this conference. Louisville's great. And, as we were starting the game, they had Pittsburgh down like 40-10. I'm like, you guys understand, Louisville is great, and Florida State is great. But then I said, but so is Miami. We're great, and we need to get that great back. And I felt like, we could have won the game. I don't know that we should have won the game. I think we controlled 32 minutes of the game. But when you make some of the mistakes we made at the end there, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You can't recover from them. And so that we got to go back to. But that's something we can, if that's what we got to work on in practice, instead of box-out drills and diving on the floor and, silly little get effort, things, drills, that's good. But, it's a long season. I talked to 2 head coaches this morning on my way in, just friends of mine. And they all said the same thing. But you got to peak at the right time. And coming off a loss, you wouldn't say that we're peaking. But I know internally we got our energy back.
Mott said the same thing.
Yeah.
You feel like Miami again.
Yeah.
Going into Thursday, how different does this feel compared to last year where you needed to really play? Now it's almost like we want to win it because we want to, not because we need these.
Right, and that's another thing I wrote literally in the edits. It was the play where they got a steal and then they were about to get a layup, and Erica Davenport went from right in front of me in the bench all the way across the lane and blocked Shaquilla Thomas, and then got the ball and threw it up the court, and then Jit threw it to Mott, and Mott, without hesitating, drained a 3. And I wrote, this team can win the ACC championship. And I really believed it. I really believe it. Like, if we play with that passion and that energy and that emotion, and, you think I'm crazy because the 2 top teams, Louisville and Notre Dame, handled us pretty well, but we can win it if we have that fight and that drive. And it was absolutely 100% my players did it.
The 11 o'clock start, how challenging can it be?
It's great.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah. Don't. Yeah, I burn my candle wick down. If we played 8 o'clock game, never becomes 8 o'clock game. The 8 p.m. game in the tournament, and the energy in the gym is drained and everything else. And to start off and just take care of it in the morning, great. We'll be fine.
So, what does preparation look like for you going into Greensboro without knowing exactly who you're playing?
Well, at least we have it, and we know who we're going to play the winner of. So that's better. I think we're in a situation now where we've played both of those teams. It seems like a long time ago, though. So, and unfortunately, both of them were Coach Blue's scouts. So we had to pawn one off on Coach Fitz instead. But that first game is going to get all of our attention, and if we're fortunate enough to win and we take care of business like we're supposed to, there's not a heck of a lot of prep for the next one. So it's not as overwhelming as some years where it's like, oh my gosh, the entire bracket we hadn't played in 2 months and they're a totally different team and whatever. Not as we've lost our familiarity with Pitt and North Carolina, but and that's where I am right now. I got to dig deep into those 2 teams.
Is there anything particular about those 2 teams that you're sticking out to you?
Yeah, North Carolina has a ton of one-on-one ability, and they really are playing to that ability, and it's an open style, and it's if they get hot, you just got to watch out. Pitt is a lot more team oriented, a lot more that everybody touches the ball kind of deal, and they have some interesting talent. It's hard to guard talent. It's talent like a pick and pop or a 3-point shooter that you miss and stuff. So it's two completely different preps. So yeah, when this is over, I got to dig deep. So it's there's a lot to do.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, if you'd asked me a question.